psychedelic guys. I want someone completely different, maybe from another country, and someone cultured and sensitive and who is not threatened by a strong, confident woman.
On a spotty network, this is what Adam heard.
I'm psychedelic guys. I want someone completely country, uncultured, and threatened by a strong, confident woman.
It's not wings or nachos. It's wings and nachos. Hey, send my onion rings down here. I have your kind.
Did you guys here?
When?
Lake? Oh, hilarious, right? I mean, no.
What do you mean?
They weren't Spurs. Did you ride a horse here?
Yeah. Don't trust your love life to just any network. T-Mobile has more number ones in 5G than any other network. You right home? T-Mobile is the leader in 5G.
T-Mobile, proud sponsor of Bedtime Stories with Dr. Al Greer. Good evening and welcome to Bedtime Stories, the show designed with the lovers in mind, where we put you to bed but never to sleep with the greatest love songs of all time. Right here on WOSD Radio DB Chicago, WDLB Indianapolis, Rainier Media, the best music of your life, and World Vibe Radio. It's your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer, officially checking in. And also officially checking in is Captain Daryl Owens, Rico Hudson, aka Rico Suave, my sister from another Mr. Angie Martin Turner, and everybody else who's checking me out on Facebook right now. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. And no, I'm not mean mugging Daryl Owens. I just woke up. I just woke up. When I say I just woke up, I just rolled out of the bed and said, okay, it is time to do this show here. Anyway, I'm happy to be here. I'm always happy to be with you guys. Coming up in our last hour, we're going to do a little thing we call foreplay. That's 4 songs by one of your favorite artists or groups, male or female. And if you have one in mind, let me know. I might play your artist, or I might play this artist. This is Davis Eli Ruffin, but we know him as David Ruffin. This is Walk Away from Love. It's your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer, with Bedtime Stories. Queen Janine. Do I have lunch? As a matter of fact, yes, I do have lunch. And it is chili. Now, I know you all are used to me eating, hoagies and stuff, but tonight, I have chili. Thank you, Doctor. I'm sorry, Captain Owens. I'm the doctor. You're the captain. But thank you so much, guys, for joining me. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Um, I really do. And as a matter of fact, there'll be no crying tonight. Okay, I promise. I promise that there'll be no crying tonight. Ah. But let me tell you what happened. So I was on my way to work last night to WVON, and I got in the truck, and the truck was on a flat. Now I had just gotten this tire last week from La France, which is on Sibley Boulevard at Dalton. So of course, you had catfish and coleslaw. That's wonderful. Uh, Sardines and onions. Ooh, yeah, that sounds real sexy. But anyway, so I said, well, if it's just low, maybe I can put some air in it. By the time I got to the gas station, which was right around the corner, it was almost off the rim. I was like, okay, call the lift, and it said the lift will be there in 1 minute. I'm like, oh, that's what's up. So I took a lift. I was about 15 minutes late getting to work. I did get to work. I called, told the guy that was on before me that I would be running late. He said, "Okay, no problem." So got there at 10:15. Thank you, Dr. Ron. I don't know what that's for. Oh, okay, I know what that's for. Thank you, and thank you again. So I got to work, took a lift home because I knew nobody was going to pick me up at 6 o'clock in the morning. It was like, oh no, that ain't going to happen. So I text Rico, told him, hey, text me when you wake up. He called me immediately. He said, I just got up. He was working on his car. So I was like, if you could fit me in today, I got a flat. That's on top of the list of everything else that's wrong with it. I still smell gas. All the power steering fluid is running out. And what's the other one? Oh, my radio had stopped working. So the radio started working, but now the cigarette lighter won't work. So I'm figuring it's maybe a fuse or the cigarette lighter doohickey that I use to, charge my phone with. So I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna say, what we always say. I'm just gonna say, okay, cool. We'll get it taken care of. I got gigs all this weekend. I got one Friday and I have one on Saturday. So hopefully that'll be taken care of. My son Lawrence picked me up from downtown. I had to go downtown to Daily Plaza along with Chicago's very own All Stars, DJ Kenny G, the King of Poetry, Black Ice, and of course Rico Michael Jackson, tribute Michael Jackson artist. So cool, thanks. Yes. So so to make a long story short, my son picked me up from downtown, took me to get the tire fixed. He stopped and got a jack. Somebody brought him a four-way to get the tire off. He went back to the place where I got the tire, and they gladly fixed it. They put it back on the rim. He brought it back. Everything was cool. And once again, thanks to my son Lawrence. I really appreciate it. So, yeah. Your son has more gray hair than his dad. I know, right? I was like, look at you. So that was it. I was like, okay. But he stayed till the job was done. He put the tire back on and everything. And he said, I'm gonna follow you home, Dad. I said, okay. And as soon as I got on the block, he turned off. He blew the horn, threw me the peace sign, and he was gone. I'm like, okay, thank you, son. That's what I'm talking about. Excuse me, I'm looking for utensils. So, as we used to say, everything is copacetic. So, we're all good. We's all good. So, hopefully, I have some eating utensils in here somewhere in my survival kit. My survival kit consists of, plastic forks, spoons, knives, whatever, what have you. And of course, my stuff for taking my blood sugar. So hopefully, there is a fork in here or a spoon. Hopefully. Otherwise, it makes it very difficult to eat chili without it. So, and the way it's looking now, it's not looking too well. So, hello. Time to put it on. Do not disturb. Do not disturb. So, that's it. Ah, come on. Okay. I'll deal with that later while the chili is cooling. What is this Dr. Ron sent to me? Oh, okay. Thank you, Dr. Ron. Appreciate you. Brother Maverick, what's going on, sir? Maverick, you know anybody that's renting out an apartment? I'm looking for a 1-bedroom or a studio apartment. If you could help a brother out, I'd appreciate it. Thank you. Because I hear nothing but horror stories. They're like most people are selling their buildings because of the pandemic. People were, basically squatting because, they were told they didn't have to pay rent because of the pandemic. So most of them, that's what was happening. So I was like, oh, okay. Because everybody I talked to, they're like, nah, we got nothing. I'm like, okay. I said, well, I ain't gonna worry about it. I am, yeah. Yes, sir. Touch me. Yes, sir. Okay. What is that doing that? The undisputed queen of soul, Aretha Franklin. I gotta find me an angel right here on Bedtime Stories. The show designed with the lovers in mind, where we put you to bed but never to sleep with the greatest love songs of all time. All right, cool. Can you wait till Friday, sir? I guess you can. I hope so. Anyway, hello to Lindell Redmond, who's getting married on October 30th to soon to be the former Jerry Martin. And I love those guys. With me, it's I love love. So to see the two of them together is just wonderful. It warms my heart that they are still in love after all these years and that they finally decided to tie the knot. For a long time, I thought they were already married the way they acted. You know how married couples act. Maybe Daryl doesn't know, but anyway. Uh, how much am I willing to pay for a one bedroom? Between, I say, $500 and $700. I don't have a lot of money. You know, what do I have more of? And it ain't money. I guess more good looks than money, right? And I don't know about all of that, but hey, a man can dream, right? A man can dream. It's your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. Once again, hello to Rico Suave, to Maverick Atkins. Thank you so much for checking me out on Facebook. Here's the Gap Band and Yearning for Your Love right here on Bedtime Stories. Ron. I had to put them on hold. I'm sorry. We's doing a show here. Right. Would you say 99 problems? But that ain't one of them, I tell you. Rico, like I said, between $500 and $700. If I can, I know that's low, and depending on what neighborhood it's in, I know that's low, and that I might not get anything quality for that low. I understand, but right now I'm in a crunch, so that's the best I can do, brother. That's the best I could do. Wish you were free this weekend. I'm going to be celebrating my birthday. I wish I were too, but unfortunately, your brother got to make the money. I'm booked Friday at the Grand Ballroom and Saturday on 45th and Ashland. I've already received deposits and or paid in full, and I can't make it. I'm so sorry. If you'd let me know ahead of time, I might have told you ahead of time that I had gigs on Friday and Saturday. As much as I love you, I can't pay the phone bill with love. So, got to do that. And I understand. It's your birthday. Am I moving again? Not soon. Not soon. But, I want to have a backup. That's all. Just want to back up. That's all. Nothing serious. Just want to back up. Always got to have a backup. I'm happy with where I am. I'm comfortable. I'm right by the E-way. I'm on either side of the expressway. On one side is Dalton. On the other side is Cal City. There are Walgreens in both Dalton and in Cal City. There's Subways both in Cal City and Dalton on either side. And of course, Dunkin' Donuts, which I didn't get any coffee today, so I'm really going to be cranky. Daryl say get a sugar mama. No. Nope. As much as I, love ladies, I love the ladies, but would I date anybody my own age? Probably not. I know that's probably shallow. I hear what you say, but yeah, call me shallow, but I like them young. I don't like them as young as R. Kelly likes them, but I like them young. Okay. All right. Strip mall. Yep. Let's go. I'm ready. I am ready to hit the strip mall. Yep. I am certainly ready. Once you get that monkey off your back, that's it. So I'm ready. I'm free and single and ready to mingle. There's a lot of us sexy and 60, and I'm sure there are. And I don't, I don't doubt that at all. Now, if I find one that's sexy at 60, then I will accept them. But otherwise, if they fine at 40 and foxy at 50, then I'll take them. But if they're sexy at 60, I'll take that too. So that's it. That's it. That's all. Robin Lewis, what's going on? Daryl said too old. 60's too old for him, but that's okay. That's all right. You know. So that's it. Yeah. My tour of the 40s, I guess that's over with. Maybe I need to move it up a little bit to the 50s. So, like I said, if they're cool and they take care of themselves, then we can talk. You know. But right now, right now, nope. 60 is not old. That's because you'll be 60. But you my sister, and I ain't trying to date you. Mm-mm. And that's sweet, but I ain't trying to date no seniors. I'm sorry. I'm a senior. They're a senior. No, no, no. Absolutely not. I'm sorry. Try to meet them where you are at. I will. Greg Moore, how are you, sir? Now, if I met them when they were my age and they still look good, then that's different. But right now, no. Ain't happening. I'm sorry. Sorry, but no 60s. No, no sugar mamas. I'm 50 and I take 60. These young women can't even boil an egg. I hear you. Fifi, what's going on? I meant to call you. Had problems with the tire and the truck and the this and the that and the other. Y'all will never experience the beauty and essence of a magnificent 60-year-old beauty. And besides, black don't crack. And I agree. But Janine, you are married. So you are automatically off the list. So I hear you. I feel you. But it ain't for me. You know. And I understand, but it ain't for me. I love to play music for them, but they ain't for me. I'm sorry. There's nothing you can say to change my mind. Absolutely nothing. No, once my mind is made up, that's it. Like the gospel song said, my mind's made up, no turning back. Yes, I'm happy because I'm on the right track. So, no, no grannies. No. But thank you. Don't put us on because we're 60. Janine, hello. You are married. I'm not dating 60-year-olds. That's out. OUT out. There is nothing you can say to convince me unless you send me a fine looking 60-year-old woman over here. It ain't happening, sweetheart. I'm sorry. Call me shallow or whatever. You know, if you're 60 and you still with your husband, then that's wonderful. I know black don't crack, but I've seen some that needed some spackle, and that's it. Moving right along. Look, Grandpa. Okay, let's talk about something else. Let's talk about R. Kelly. you know, because my mind is made up. You can say what you want to say about the black don't crack and this, that, and the other. No, I'm cool with that. Nope. Not my last girlfriend was 35, so Queen Elizabeth is single and she is rich. That is wonderful. And her husband just died. That's unfortunate. None for me. I'm driving. Thank you. How about that R. Kelly? Yeah, that's what we're talking about. Yeah, get off me because you can't change my mind. 20 years. And that's only in New York. 20 years. 20 years to life. Who is this? Man, it's Dr. Ron again. I guess Dr. Ron don't listen to bedtime stories. He just doesn't. He don't get it. Yep. That's what we gonna talk about. We ain't gonna talk about my love life. 'Cause I'm not dating no senior freaking citizens. The late great Marvin Gaye, Distant Lover, right here on Bedtime Stories. With your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. If you haven't heard yet, and I'm sure you have, unless you're living under a rock, yeah, Robert Sylvester Kelly, guilty on all counts of racketeering and um, underage women and boys. Ooh, oh my. They're talking about giving him 20 years to life. Well, 20 years is basically life. And somebody posted a picture of him looking old. I'm like, the internet is so cruel. The internet is so cruel. You know, we need to, and this is my own opinion. First of all, people are asking, are we still going to be playing R. Kelly music? Well, I never really played too much of his music anyway in the first place. The only song that I play by R. Kelly is Backyard Party whenever I'm doing a backyard party or a stepper set. That's the only song that I actually play. Or the Somebody's Having a Birthday Tonight. Yeah, that song. But what do I think of? I think that instead of jail time, he deserves some kind of rehabilitation. And that's my own opinion. And a lot of people say, he's a pedophile. They should throw the book at him. I think he needs to seek help while he's incarcerated so that he may get out before he's just too old to be the ambassador of hip hop or whatever he calls himself. So I think he needs to get help. And that's my opinion. And as far as playing his music is concerned, all you other DJs can continue to play his music. I don't mind, I don't care. But the only few songs I'll be playing will be Backyard Party and Step in the Name of Love. That's it. Here's Force MDs. All right, don't forget to share the live on your page. I'm going to try to hunt down a fork or knife so that I may eat. All right, I'm back with a big ice tray. Tender love. I'll be back. Don't go nowhere. back. Ugh, good God. Had to get some water. Make his butt foreplay for the first and only time. For the first and last time. Mm-mm. To life. To life. Mm-mm. Help, yes, but he needs to stay in jail for life. Wow, that's kind of harsh. I mean, I get it. I understand what he did. I really do. Don't understand why he did it. I don't know. I could not be in the mind of a pedophile. But basically, he's got the mind of a child. He doesn't know what's going on. They said he, was like a Svengali or something like that. That he would do mind games on these people. So I'm like, okay. What are you gonna play, bump and grind? No. Yep. All those millions of dollars that he had, the houses and cars and everything else, I would not want to be in his shoes. I really wouldn't. I would not want to be in his shoes. I'm sorry. With everything that he had, it's like now it's all gone. It's all gone. Everything. Mm-hmm. The impressions, and all I need is just one kiss from you. To Dr. Al Greer, and this is Bedtime Stories. And tonight, of course, we're talking about the misfortune of Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly. Looks like he's going to get life, 20 years to life, and that's only in New York for racketeering and other illicit activities. Like I said earlier, I said instead of jail time, he deserves to get help. But maybe he'll get help while he's in jail because he feels like he had not done anything wrong. I mean, when you look at his face, it's like, he's like, he doesn't know what's going on because he's got the mind of a child. So it's like nobody, but on the other hand, they say, he has the mind of a Svengali, that he can make women do whatever they want, whatever he wants them to do. That's got to be great. Anyway, but the only thing we can do at this point is just pray for him. That's all. That's it. Some people say he deserves to get what he's got, and others say what I'm saying, that he needs help. So let's hope he gets help while he's incarcerated. Here's the king of pop, Michael Jackson, and Break of Dawn with your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. This is Bedtime Stories. Who doesn't know minors, touching minors is wrong? A person that has a mind like a minor. That's it. He has a mind like a minor. You know, he thinks he's a kid, and that's all. He doesn't think there's anything wrong because he's a child himself in his mind. Al, I want to introduce you to a Puerto Rican lady. Yeah, okay, thanks. Thanks, but no thanks. Fine as heck, 44, 36, 40, long blonde hair down to her back, her butt. She's 60 years old, a great job and beautiful house. Okay. All right, I'll meet her. How did we get back on me? I thought we were talking about R. Kelly. You know, my mind's made up. Y'all can say 60 till you're blue in the face. Mm-mm. I'm good on that. We talking about Mr. Kelly. Yeah. That's who we talking about. Not Mr. Greer, but Mr. Kelly. You know. Yep, because my mind's where it's gonna be, and that's it. Yep, Puerto Rican, Colombian, Mexican. Still says 60. Still 60 on the label. I'm straight. No, thank you. Ha, free R. Kelly. A man making millions, signing contracts. He can't read. Janine, he can't read. He's signing contracts, but he didn't know what he was signing. He can't read. You know, I hear you. I feel you. I'm with you. But he can't read. All of that's fine in our world, but in his world, he can't read. He can hardly sign his name. Have you ever seen his signature? Like he wrote it with his foot. He has no, yeah. He's not a child. He's an idiot, but not a child. But he doesn't have, you know, he ain't got it. His elevator don't go to the top floor. You know, sorry. All of that sounds good. He signed this and signed that, but he's had people to sign stuff for him because he couldn't read it. Okay, read it to me. He can't write music, but he composes music in his head and he sings it into a tape recorder and then they go record it. He can't read. All of that's fine. He can't read. Who hasn't heard the 16 to get you 50? He hasn't. He thinks he's 16. He's a forever teenager. You know, he's like, who was that? Jerry Lee Lewis, who married his cousin. That's it. That's all. I hear what you're saying. You know, you make a great defense lawyer, but he's mentally incompetent. Sorry. All of that sounds good. Okay. But he can't read or write. He's a genius, but he can't read, you know. And I'm not trying to defend him. Oh, no. By no means am I trying to defend him. I'm just giving you the facts. He can't read. He cannot read. He never finished high school. He dropped out of high school to pursue a, the business, to pursue a lifetime of entertainment. He's a musical genius. Stevie can't see, but he can read and write, and he's a musical genius. But he knew not to touch no little babies. Whether he could see them or not, he didn't. Jerry Lee Lewis, on the other hand, yeah, he married his cousin. But that's what they do down south. They marry their cousins. That's what they do down south. Okay. So, once again, I'm not making excuses for him. He did the crime. I understand. And he should be punished. But if you don't know right from wrong, what can I say? I'm not trying to, trust me, I'm not trying to make excuses for him. He did the crime and he should be punished. In his mind, he just doesn't know what he did. He doesn't know. Just like that crazy ass Kanye. His mama died and he lost his mind. He married a Kardashian, and that's what happens when you marry Kardashians. Look at Lamar Odom. That's it. They lose their minds. That what they got between their legs is phenomenal, I guess, because it makes men go crazy. That's it. Makes them lose their minds. Daryl said, I got a great aunt that was married at 12. How do you get married at 12 years old? That's just it. One day you're skipping rope, and then the next day you're married. You're a wife. Cleaning a house? No. And that's just it. I don't understand that. I bet he knows when the jury said 30 to life. Yeah, I know that was a wake-up call right there. It's like, oh, I can read now. Too much booty in their faces. Well, yeah, that'll do it. But I mean, back in the day when I was, doing my thing, I had plenty of booty in my face. But, I was at a club once and they had like a, what was it? They had like a kiddie dance at a club, which they shouldn't have because, of course, they were selling liquor. But they had a bunch of kids and they were dancing to their own music. And for some reason, I was up there, I guess to get paid that day or whatever. And this little girl came up to me. She said, Mr. I will rock your world. It's like 15 get you 20. I don't mess around. I see you when you get old. Angela Bofield, stop, look, and listen to your heart. To Dr. Al Greer, this is Bedtime Stories. And of course, we are talking about R. Kelly. And Janine is getting on me about taking up for him. I'm not taking up for him at all. I'm just stating the facts that Mr. Kelly cannot read. And that's a fact. He did what he did because he felt like he could get away with it, because the people he was talking to or responded to him were on his same level, which was that of a pre-adolescent. So I'm just saying, those of us who are in the business, Daryl Owens, LT, we all know what was going on at the time, but we all turned our backs and, put a deaf ear to it. It was like, no, we don't see anything, you know, hear no evil, speak no evil, see no evil. And, I was backstage with him at the Big Jam at the United Center. And I was like, oh, man. Some people were envious of him because he could do what he did, and others were just appalled and they turned their backs. And I know a few people who have turned their backs on him because of that. They didn't want to be, they didn't want to be, in the same room with him. They didn't want to be, what is the word that I'm looking for? Yeah, they didn't want to be with him. That was it. So they kind of pulled out. But once again, I am not taking up for him. 20 years is a long time for a man who's already 50 years old. Yeah. So when he gets out, boy, if he gets out. Anyway, we'll keep talking about that on Facebook. It's your Dr. Al Greer. Here's Rick James and Tina Marie, Fire and Desire. Yeah. And it's not just the young girls. The mamas were sending the little girls out in the street with him because they couldn't go. I'm back. So, once again, people, their moms were sending them off with him, and that's what was happening. That was it. I wish I could tell you something different, but he'd come a calling, and then the mamas would say, okay, now you have a good time now. You treat Mr. Kelly right, and that's it. It's the Sister Teresa. Let's see what she has to say about R. Kelly. Will you be continuing to play R. Kelly music, Sister Teresa? I believe that. I believe they should be accountable as well. Money groupies. I agree. He would get the honey and the mamas would get the money. I would like to pay you for your daughter's services. And that's it. Pure and simple. It's the world's oldest profession, and that's prostitution. So these women, mothers, have prostituted their children to R. Kelly, and that's it. This lady loves R. Kelly. Is about 62 now. I told her to forget about it because you're 50 years too old. Hey, and that's, once again, that's it. You know, the mamas were sending the kids out. The mothers were sending the little girls out to be with R. Kelly because they couldn't be with him. They liked their music, and the mamas were like, they knew the mamas knew they were too old. They knew they were too old, so they couldn't be with him, and that was it. So they said, okay, well, let me send my daughter out, and then daughter come back and bring some money, and we can go shopping. Get you some Jordans, that whole thing. So that's it. So, in the words of James Brown, sold me out for chicken change. That was it. So, my granddaughter's gonna be 14 next month, and she looks older, but she is proud and happy to be a kid. Basketball and schooling is her thing, and that's the way it should be, Angie. That's exactly the way it should be. Her eyes should not be on no older man, and that's it. It that's the way it should be. Her eyes should not be on no old men listening to no R. Kelly music, talking about bumping and grinding and seems like you're ready and all this stuff. But I hear you. I feel you. I really do. But once again, I blame the mamas because if there had been some men around, then he'd have got shot in the ding ding because they don't play. So, yeah. The Sister Teresa, what's going on? So, but I hear you. She's into K-pop. Okay. But yeah, the mamas were as much at fault. They just were. The mamas were at fault as well. Your mama would have blown. Yeah, I hear you. You know, but you got to think he preyed on um, girls with low self esteem and mothers with low income, and that's it. He had that much sense to do that, so that was it. So he preyed on little girls with low self esteem. All they wanted to do was sing. All they wanted to do was be a star. He promised them a singing career. He promised them a record deal, like Sparkle, and it didn't happen for her, and that was it. So when it didn't happen, it just didn't happen. So that's it. I know your mom would have shot him. I know that. Betty would have blown his ding ding off. I get it. I understand. But everybody doesn't have that same mentality. He's back. Oh, Lord, have mercy. Take him to Chuck E. Cheese. Ah. And see, his favorite hangout was going to McDonald's. So, you know, that was it. Take him to McDonald's and get him a Happy Meal. Take him to get a Happy Meal. Mm, mm. No, no dump. I'm still looking for a spoon. That's all, Daryl. Mr. Catfish took a dump earlier after that gyro. Marvin Gaye, just to keep you satisfied, right here on Bedtime Stories with your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer, saying hello to Catherine Flowers. Thank you so much, Catherine, for the words of encouragement. I appreciate it. And I took your advice. And, it's like a weight has been lifted off my shoulders. It really has. Sometimes you have to realize your own self worth. You know, am I worth it, or is this other person worth it? Am I more worth it than the other person? And that's how I had to, you know, had to figure out. And once I figured it out, that was it. It was almost like an epiphany. It's like, okay, it's like now I know. Now I know. And I appreciate you, Catherine. Thank you so much. We're talking about R. Kelly, 20 years to life. And that's only in New York. So they got to bring him back home to face the music, as it were. But we ain't going to worry about it, right? A lot of people are saying that, yeah, he's getting what he deserves, but I think he deserves to get some help. And I hope he gets that while he's incarcerated, all right? This is Bedtime Stories, and they're sponsored by Thank you, Dr. Al Greer. We are WOSD Radio DB Chicago, WDLB Indianapolis, World Vibe Radio, and RayNeilMedia.com. The best music of your life. It is your Dr. Al Greer, also known as your peanut butter brother. Of course, this is the greatest love songs of all time, where we put you to bed but never to sleep, right here on the internet. What's the topic tonight, Catherine? We're talking about Mr. R. Kelly, and 20 years to life is what they gave him, and that's only in New York. So I shudder to think what they're going to give him when he gets back here. But a lot of people are saying he's getting what he deserves. I think he deserves to get help. So that's just my opinion. You know, a lot of people say, you know, they should throw the book at him. Only if he could read it. Only if he could read the book. Here's Enchantment and Silly Love Song on Bedtime Stories. Viagra won't help him get out. Yeah, he won't be peeing on nobody but himself. Yep. He won't be peeing on nobody but himself. Yep, and yep. Yep, and yep. You know, like I said, he couldn't read. You know, when they read the sentence to him, somebody had to read it to him. He doesn't know. You know, he doesn't know the severity of what's going on. So, you know. Yeah. But he needs prison too. I hear you, Janine. You just mad. Just mad. I hear you. So you, like the kids say, you just big mad. But I hear you. You're absolutely right. I can't believe I cannot find an eating utensil. I'll be right back, guys. I'm sorry for continuing to leave. And no, Daryl, I'm not taking a dump. I'm back, and no, I didn't take a boo-boo, Daryl. Daryl's a real Bernie Mac there, I tell you. Yeah, she might shoot you, yeah, I know, right? Depends on how many commercials when he gets out. Yeah, everybody's going to want to talk to him when he gets out. You know? Yep, don't drop the soap. Oh, no. Catherine. Some big burly guy goes, I'm going to feel on your booty. He said, don't drop the soap. Somebody went as far as putting the booty warrior next to R. Kelly. Like, R. Kelly, I love you and I want you. I like you and I want you. Now we can do it the easy way or we can do it the hard way. Mm-mm. We can do it the easy way or we can do it the hard way. Yep. Mm-mm. Yeah. Mm-mm. We can do it the easy way or we can do it the hard way. Mm-hmm. I like you and I want you, R. Kelly. Mm-mm. Yep, the booty warrior gonna get him. Yep, you gonna get put in FB jail. You better be cool. You better be cool, Daryl. They put Lady G in there for talking about the orange orangutan. Mm-hmm. Like a terrorist act. Yep. We all be in Facebook jail for nothing. That's some good chili. Yep. Be in Facebook jail for talking stuff about the Pied Piper of R&B. That's right. Mm-mm. No, he gonna be eating the sandwiches like everybody else. Them dry, thick bologna sandwiches. Mm-mm. No store, no hoagie or Subway for him. Go on, Catherine. Mm-mm. None of that for him. Nope. No more Mickey D's for him. Elo. Roberta Flack. And I feel like making love right here on Bedtime Stories. I do. I feel like making love. But that's all the time. But I can't seem to get anybody, can't get anybody to make love with me. I know you'd say that. Yeah, right, Al. Tell us anything, right? To all my listeners who listen to me on the best music of your life, they've been calling Ray Neal and telling him what they want to do to me. Ladies, now's the chance. 773-675-2400. Now's the chance to shoot your best shot. Anyway. Yeah, that's my number. Watch. Somebody gonna call too. They're gonna call 773-675-2400. And they're gonna get the answering machine. That's what they're gonna get. Hello once again to Catherine Laverne Flowers, to Elo, to Janine Lee Jefferson, and of course, Captain Daryl Owens. Yeah. R. Kelly gonna meet the booty warrior and R. Kelly, I like you and I want you. Now we can do this the easy way, or we can do this the hard way. It's Freddie Jackson. I could use a little love right now. I don't know about you. It's your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer, on Bedtime Stories. Jeffrey Pub called looking for Al Greer. I told him I'd give him the message. Oh, yeah. You funny. As a matter of fact, I turned down a party. It's supposed to be Sunday. But I told them I would not be able to make it. And they called my buddy Dino, who they're going to run him crazy. When I said they're going to run him crazy because he doesn't have a computer. Most DJs DJ with computers. He can't download nothing. He still plays CDs. They're going to run him crazy. And that's it. There's a girl on line 2. Her name is Marcus. Yeah. Flame Monroe? Yeah. I had a Subway tuna in your honor today. See? They're good, aren't they? And they said Subway tuna wasn't real tuna. Well, what is it if it's not real tuna? You know? It tastes like tuna. So. But I wouldn't be surprised if somebody called me after, after I get off the air. But no, Ken, had to turn down the party. I couldn't do it. But they're going to run my friend Dino crazy. Watch. He's never going to be, they're going to call complaining. They're going to complain. Ooh, are they going to complain? Your ex tastes like tuna. Okay. Tastes like catfish or tuna. Okay. If it tastes like tuna, I ain't going to eat it. If it smells like that, have to turn it down. Yep. Y'all don't pay no attention to Daryl. He'll say anything just to get a rise out of you guys. Well, I've realized that now. He's just, you don't have any acid rap. No, I'm straight. Nope, they won't see me this Sunday rather. I expect a cake on Sunday, October 3rd. I hope you get it too. I hope you get your cake and eat it too. She smells like rosebud, but she tastes like tuna. All right, Daryl. I guess she wasn't a keeper. I guess she wasn't a keeper. Yep, y'all wish my sister a happy birthday. My birthday is Sunday. She'll be 60. That's why she's talking about 60-year-old women and black don't crack and all that stuff. Oh, that was Janine. I'm sorry. Mm-mm. Would you say if I don't, your Tupperware will stay empty? Uh-oh. Oh, you can give me an ultimatum. Okay. Cake it is. Cake it is. So she smells like rosebuds and she tastes like tuna. That's quite a combination right there. That is quite a combination. Mm-mm. Happy birthday, sexy senior citizen. She gonna get you, Daryl. Yep, you still the little sister. Yes, you are. I wish I was around you some 40 years ago when on prom night. Don't do it. Don't do it. Got pregnant on prom night. Prom night, baby. Mm. I think mine would have probably got pregnant on prom night too. I was with Dr. Ron. What's going on, sir? Glad you tuned in, Dr. Ron, because I was like, all these pictures he's sending me. Don't he know I'm on the air? Dr. Ron just sending pictures. Bing, bing, bing. I'm like, okay, doc. Why you telling my business? It ain't no secret. How old is Richard? Thank you. Prom night baby. I ain't telling your business. Janine said my mother wasn't having none of that. I know you forgot, Ron. He's just sending pictures. My phone is just going ping, ping, ping. I'm like, okay, all right. Let me call Dr. Ron and tell him, we're doing a live broadcast here. Quiet, numbskull. We're broadcasting here. I know you did. It's cool. I ain't nobody but Dr. Greer. You're Dr. Ron. I'm just Dr. Al. Yeah. Plain old peanut. Plain or peanut. Yeah, that's me. Yep, that's me. One of my favorite songs from Earth, Wind, and Fire. You can't hide love no matter what you do. It's your Dr. Al Greer saying hello to Dr. Ron, who is listening right now and watching me on Facebook. Dr. Ron, I appreciate you. I really do. But when I'm on the air, stop sending me pictures. Anyway, she was fine. Anyway, whoever she was. What's up to Kiki? Thank you for checking in. Les Keith Scott, aka Kiki. And happy birthday going out to my sister Angie. Her birthday will be Sunday, so she wants cake and to eat it too. I heard that. She wants some cake. I'm going to see about getting her a cake. My favorite cakes come from, of all places, Dunkin' Donuts. So, yeah, I'm thinking about getting her a Dunkin' Donuts cake. Maybe she'll like that. I'll get one that I like. Because like Sunday, that's the 10th. Oh, this Sunday is the 3rd, which is her birthday. So wish my sister Angie Martin Turner a happy happy, happy, happy 60th birthday. She'll be 60. Trying to convince me to date a 60-year-old woman. I'm like, oh no. Mm-mm. Ain't gonna happen. Ain't gonna happen. She got to be like super fine, I swear. Here's Nicholas Beard. Can we pretend? Did anyone win the Powerball? You'll know if I won the Powerball. Kiki, you will know if I won the Powerball because I will buy somebody's radio station and put WOSD on the radio on the FM just to piss folks off. And you better believe they will be pissed off if I won a Powerball. I'm buying a radio station and I'm putting WOSD on an FM signal. And I'm gonna buy a house and put my butt on an FM signal. So that's it. So I'm telling you, if I win the Powerball, yep, that's it. So what's going on, Kiki? Your our brother is my agent now. He's acting as my agent. I'm like, all the gigs that they called him to do, he's calling me to do. I'm like, I don't know these people. One of them was cool, but then he took a percentage of the money that I got, and I was like, I was not too cool with that. So I was like, okay, it is what it is. So Delvin Randall, what's going on, Rev? What's going on, Rev? My man. Delvin Randall, of course, is the also known as the audio genius, is over at WVON. He is the quote-unquote co-host of the Samantha Thomas show in the evening, the late night show. And of course, he doesn't like being called the co-host, but you are. That's the voice that they hear in the background while they're watching her on Facebook. So that's it. So, yeah, James can do a sports show on my station. As a matter of fact, James can be on every day and do a sports segment on the morning show. So absolutely, that would work. Delvin said, I am not the co-host. I should do a drop for you, you and Samantha. Samantha Thomas with co-host Delvin Randall. I am not the co-host. Okay. Delvin, not the co-host on 1690 WVON. Delvin is not the co-host. Did you get my show for tonight, Delvin? From now on Wednesday, we'll do a rerun, and that's it. Your check says so. Mine says I'm not the voice of the station. You are the voice of the Negro. Yeah, I am. Sure I am. Yep. Why they send me work when I'm off? It's like I don't get to work on Monday and Tuesday until 10 o'clock at night. So as far as me putting commercials and stuff in, I can't do it from the crib. Do this and send it back to me. I'm like, I'm off. Today is Wednesday. This is my off day. Yeah. It will run on time too. I know. Can he really do that on WVON? Can he do what on V? Who says he's going to be on VON? He's going to be on my station. If I hit the Powerball, I'm going to buy a radio station and put your son on there. And it won't be VON. I'm not buying no AM station. No anime. No. I'm buying a real station. No AM station. I didn't start on AM. I started on FM. My first radio station was WHPK. And that was an FM station. So, No, he ain't gonna be on no WVON. He gonna be on WOSD FM. Mm-mm. Really? For me to sleep. Yeah. James is enjoying what he's doing and looking forward to being on the air on FM. And that's what I'm talking about. Yep. Put old Herb Kent programming back on the air. Yep, I sure will. Yep, because it's going to be my station. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to play old school and dusties. And we're going to sell the station as such. And that's it. Yep. We even going to have a punk out segment for her. Remember when Herb was on WXFM back in the day and he used to play punk out music, which turned into house music? But that's what he called it at the time. He was one of the first to put Farley on the air on WXFM. Sure did. And Richard McGee. Yep. Yep. Absolutely. Yep. My mentors. And that's what's going to happen. Get some investors for your station. If I hit the Powerball, I won't need no investors. They can invest, but it's going to be mine, plain and simple. We'll find a building around here somewhere, put the antenna and the tower and the transmitter somewhere, and that's it. And we're going to broadcast on the FM signal. It's going to be brand new. I thought Lee did that first. He did. Lee owns the rights to Great Golden Grooves. You know, he had it trademarked, and I'm like, okay, yep. But until then, we will still be doing WOSD on the internet. Yep. Mm-mm. The Arlington Heights Bears. Don't stop now. High energy. And you can't turn me off in the middle of turning me on. It's your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. This is Bedtime Stories. Saying hello to Dr. Ron Ford, who's checking me out right now on Facebook, as well as Ken Watlington, Queen Janine Lee Jefferson, and everybody else. Thank you so much for checking me out. Don't forget to share the live video on your page for those of you who are watching right now. And of course, if you're hearing this broadcast at another time, you missed it. It was good too. But because what we do is we do the shows and we send them out to the different affiliates. So sometimes we're live and sometimes, some of the shows are recorded. Unfortunately, I can't be live every night, although I would love to be. But what happens is, if I hit the Powerball, I'm going to buy my own radio station. Yeah, it's going to be an FM station. I'm going to find a building around here, either in the Cal Park or the Dalton area, and put me up a radio station for Rio. Yeah, like I did before on 79th Street, but bigger and better, with an antenna and a transmitter and all of that stuff. That's if I hit the Powerball. But you know what they say, you got to be in it to win it, right? You got to be in it to win it. Once again, happy birthday to my sister, Angie Martin Turner. Her birthday is on October 3rd. Happy birthday, sis. From all of us here on Bedtime Stories. Here's 3T. All the Bears need is new owners and new management. The Arlington Heights Bears. Yeah. Wouldn't that be something if I hit the Powerball, I'll buy a radio station and the Chicago Bears. Yeah. Far-fetched. I told Nikki what you said. She said, I'll talk to you, Unc. Okay. Cool. One of my favorite nieces, I tell you. I remember one year she was in town, and we were at Darren's on 87th Street. I never will forget it. Yeah. Yep, forever be my team, the Bears. And that's just it. Bears fans are loyal to the Bears. Sox fans are loyal to the Sox. Cubs fans are loyal, and so on and so forth. Whether the Bears, the Bulls, the Sox, or the Cubs win, they are still loyal fans. They still go to the games. They still support them. They still wear their Bears jerseys, their Bulls jerseys, Sox and Cubs. They are still loyal, whether they win or not. And that's ride or die. So it was her birthday. Okay. Yeah. But yeah, it's like, what's your favorite Chicago team? And they'll tell you whether they're winning or not. They always have something to say about them. And that's it. Yeah. So, you if you're a Sox fan, you can't talk about the Cubs. If you're a Bears fan, they just won't let you talk about the Bears, whether they're winning or not. The Bulls, same thing with the Bulls. I couldn't name you not one player on the Bulls team. Now, back in the day when they were winning, I could tell you Scottie Pippen, Michael Jordan, Dennis Rodman. I could tell you half the team, but I couldn't tell you who plays on the Bulls now. Derrick Rose, Jimmy, they call him Jimmy Buckets, Jimmy Butler. So, that's just it. But, you can't talk about a Chicago team to a fan, a super fan. You can't, please. You better shut up talking about, well, when the Cubs gonna win the pennant. They won the pennant already. Okay. They may not win another one. Last time they won, before this time was 1929. So might be another 100 years. So that's just it. You cannot talk about a Chicago team without starting a fight.
I felt when I knew I was truly in love. It happened when I met someone that made everything that I enjoy in life a little bit more special. And plus, I felt it in my pants.
He's the love doctor with your prescription. Greer with bedtime stories.
Yep. And that's just it. It doesn't matter if the team's winning or losing. They are diehard Cubs, Sox, Bears fans. You can't say nothing. Yep, all of them. Yep, you cannot talk about these sports teams without invoking violence. Chairs throwing, everything. You just can't. Mm-mm. Butler, Rose, Noah, yeah, that was a great team. That was a great team of people. And that's just it. You know, it was like Jerry Krause and was it Reinsdorf? They they blew a good thing. The Bulls were winning, and they decided they wanted to tamper with it. The Bulls were winning. The Bulls were, they were winning championships, and that was just it. The owners the managers, all of those people, they were, I don't know if they were jealous that the team was winning or what, but I couldn't understand it. I could not understand it. I'm like, why are they messing with this group of people? You know, they were doing a great job. It was a great team. A great, absolute great team. Batista, Vanessa Williams, one of the few Miss Americas that I even remember. You got to think, how many Miss Americas were black? I'll give you a few minutes to think about that. How many Miss Americas were black? And of course, that scandal made her, step down as Miss America. That was just awful. It really was. Anyway, we went from talking about 60-year-old women to talking about R. Kelly to now we're talking about sports teams in Chicago. And I got to say this. People who live in Chicago, if you're up north, of course, you're a Cubs fan. If you're out south, you're a Sox fan. If you're in the middle, you're a Bears fan and or a Bulls fan. But I got to say this. People who are from Chicago are the most loyal to their sports teams. Whether they win or lose, ride or die, they are a Bulls, Bears, Cubs, White Sox city. They support theirs. I mean, from the time I was a mere child, I remember watching the Sox games with my grandfather. Anderson James was his name. And he watched the games religiously. He was a Cubs fan, but we lived on the South Side. We lived on 47th Street, in Bronzeville, but he was a big Cubs fan, and that's all he watched. He hardly watched the White Sox. I can't remember the White Sox being on primetime TV. They were on like channel 32 or 44, something like that. So, yeah. But, you have these fans who are ride or die, no matter what the Bears, the Bulls, the Cubs, or the Sox do. They are still super fans of these teams. And I got to say this, I'm proud to live in a town that supports their sports teams. Whether they win or lose, ride or die, they are still Chicago fans. And that's what's up. Shout out to brother Mike Love, who is a Milwaukee Bulls fan. Boo, boo. But that's where he's from. And he's a super fan of the Milwaukee Bulls. Ain't nothing wrong with it either. But you in Chicago now, brother. Hello to Patisa, also to Kelvin Big Papa Teamer. Thanks for checking in to Bedtime Stories. Yep. What's going on, Kelvin? Mr. Teamer, how are you? Janine said, I'm from for any team, Sox or Cubs. And I hear you. But like I said, they are straight up super fans. And you can't tell them nothing. Nothing. Patisa, you won too. And I don't blame you. That's wonderful. That's a wonderful thing that you all support your sports teams. That's what I'm talking about. Support your teams. Whether they are doing well or they suck to hell. You know, I see people walking around with either White Sox jerseys on, or or Cubs jerseys, and they are proud. They're proud of their team. And that's just it. Kelvin Big Papa said, "When I bleed blue. Go Cubs." I hear you. Stanley Stubbs, what's going on? Yep, and I get it. I remember as a kid going to White Sox games as a kid to the old Comiskey Park, which was across the street from this one. That's there on 35th Street, and that's just it. I used to work at both ballparks. I was an Andy Frayne usher, so I worked at White Sox Park, the old one, and I also worked at Wrigley Field, the only one. And I went back and forth between the ones, and I saw these fans. They were just, you couldn't tell them nothing. They were, like I said, ride or die, hardcore fans of these teams. Yeah. And finally, the Sox are in the playoffs this year. Yep, that's right, Janine. They are in the playoffs. And that's wonderful. Chicago fan, that's me. Which one, Stanley? Are you Cubs or Sox? I mean, it's okay if you say so because, we're not going to be biased either or. So if you're a Cubs fan, that's cool. If you're a Sox fan, we just have Chicago fans here. No one here is biased. They're you can be a Sox fan, you can be a Cubs, you can be a fan of both, or of all the sports teams. Cubs, Bulls, Sox, and Bears. Because I remember, hey, Sheila Forrest, almost said Sheila Fox. Sheila Forrest. I think it was last Sunday. I think it was, this past Sunday. My pastor cut it short so everybody could go home and watch the Bulls game. I mean, the Bears game, rather. So, I get it. He's a diehard Bears fan. He couldn't. He cut his sermon short so that he could get out of there before 2:30, so that he could go ahead and get ready for the Bears game. I get it. So that's it. Like I said, whether you're a Sox, a Bulls, a Bears, or a Cubs fan, you are a Chicago fan, and they are the most loyal. They really are. They are the most loyal. And I get it. I really get it. I'm like, whoa, you can't tell them nothing. They get dressed up on Sunday. They put on the Bulls jersey. The Bears jersey, and these are the women. These are the women. I've seen women with Bears jerseys on. I've seen women pose in Bears jerseys and nothing else. I love it. I love it. He should have kept praying right through the game. I know, right? Patisa said, I actually put my bear gear on to watch the game every Sunday. See, that's what I'm talking about. The women get into the games. Now, once before, there was a time where the women, they're like, well, that's what the guys like. That's what the guys do. That's, what they do. And some of the women are bigger fans than the husbands. They put on their gear just to watch the game. And I don't blame them. So James does Green Bay. He's the only Green Bay fan in the house, huh? Stanley Stubbs said, but always Chicago fan, win or lose. And that's what I'm talking about. They are diehard fans to the end. Win or lose, diehard to the end. And I get it. So who we doing for foreplay tonight? I think we'll do the Manhattans tonight. We haven't done them in a while. Baby. Peebo's coming this weekend. Yep. Peebo and Will Downing. What you said? Play Look Over Your Shoulder. Okay. Hello. Do I have any? Okay. Atlantic Star and My Sugar right here on Bedtime Stories with your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. We're talking about sports teams. Sports teams, I tell you. Whether you are a Bulls fan, a Bears fan, a Cubs fan, or a Sox fan, you are a super fan. You are a ride or die fan of those teams. And I ain't mad at you. Janine says that she dresses up on Sunday to watch the Bears games, and I get it. That's wonderful. That is great, and it's interesting because they have both Bears and Green Bay Packers fans in their household. I'm like, how does that work? You put on half and half? I don't know, but I get it. I get it. Coming up in a few minutes, we're going to do foreplay. And no one has come up with a foreplay artist tonight because we were busy talking about me dating 60-year-old women, R. Kelly, and of course, super fans. So we're going to keep talking about the super fans, right? But before we do this, or do that, I should say, Bedtime Stories, of course, is sponsored by I know that guy. I know him well. We're WOSD Radio DB Chicago, WDLB Indianapolis, Rainmeal Media, the best music of your life, and of course, World Vibe Radio. It's your Dr. Al Greer, and it's time for Foreplay. 4 songs by one of your favorite artists or groups. This has got to be one of my favorite groups of all time. They hail from the New Jersey area. Now, contrary to rumor, they're not named after the borough, I should say, of New York. They're named after the drink, which the drink is called the Manhattan. They started out as a doo-wop group in the late 50s, early 60s. They had minor hits, but when they signed to Columbia Records and put Mr. Gerald Austin in charge of doing all the lead vocals, that's when the group really took off. All of their songs, of course, were recorded in Philadelphia under the tutelage of Mr. Bobby Martin, who did all the great arrangements, with, of course, MFSB in tow. Recorded at Sigma Sound Studios. All right. With all of that in mind, tonight in Foreplay, we feature the music of the Manhattans on Bedtime Stories. I love music. Ooh, the party's almost over. I drank lactose-free milk and took generic prenatal vitamins. It messed him up. That's why James is a Packers fan. I just noticed that. Lactose-free milk and took generic prenatal vitamins. And that's what messed James up. Oh, no. Oh, no. Dare I say, you see, you should have breastfed him. I tell you. I drank lactose-free milk. Oh, no. Poor James. And he became a Packers fan. Mm-mm. Is he brushing his hair on his live? Yes, he is. Lactose-free milk and took generic prenatal vitamins. Oh, no. That is, that, I can't. I should have spent the extra $20 a month on the brand name brand prenatal vitamins. Oh, no. I don't think that had anything to do with him becoming a Packers fan. I really don't, but okay. Oh, no. Sheila Forrest. Uh-oh, it's Lady G. Lady G. Sheila Forrest. Ooh-wee. You said my son is a Cowboys fan. Well, did you take generic prenatal vitamins too, Angie? Is that what happened? Oh, no. Mm-mm. That is interesting. Generic prenatal vitamins. Lady G. Anyway, uh, it's Lady G. Dang, when you say it like that, it's like, oh, it's Lady G. No. Mm-mm. The opinions of Lady G are not those of WOSD, AG Entertainment Company, or its subsidiaries, BiggsRadio.com, Ray Neal Media, or World Vibe Radio. Those are all of Lady G's. So now go ahead and speak. The disclaimer is out there, so say what you will. Yep, I fed him generic cheese. So he became a Cowboys fan because you fed him generic cheese. Okay. No, 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 no. Generic cheese. Okay. Mm-mm. Oh, here we go, Lady G. Speaking of which, The Many Saints of Newark is out or will be out, which stars James Gandolfini's son, who looks a whole lot like him, and of course he is kind of what can I say, embodied that of his father. So I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to see it. Excuse me, I had a boogie in my nose. Had a boogie in my nose. Thank you. I'm okay now. But anyway, yeah, The Many Saints of Newark will be out. And of course, a lot of the characters who were in the Sopranos series, you will see them as younger people, as kids in some instances. So I can't wait to see it. I was a big Sopranos fan. Every Sunday I was watching The Sopranos. Every Sunday. Religiously. So I cannot wait to see it. Yeah. James Gandolfini's son. What is James Gandolfini's son's name? I cannot think of it. I don't want to say Tony Gandolfini. Yeah, him. Yeah. But I can't wait to see that movie, to see how they've, like the beginnings of The Sopranos. It's like, the the series showed them all as adults, but this series or this movie shows them as younger adults, as kids in some instances. So I can't wait to see it, because every Sunday I was watching The Sopranos. I was a big fan of mob movies, Goodfellas, Casino, Godfather 1, 2, and 3, you name it. I watched the entire series in 2 days on HBO Max. Good Lord. So you know how I feel about it. You know, I'm a big fan, and Lady G knows this. I'm a big fan of all the gangster movies. We sat up and watched Casino, and I think Goodfellas. I think it was one of those. Joe Pesci was in all of them. But my favorite, of course, was Goodfellas because that that really showed off Joe Pesci's acting skills. You know, yeah. But that was the ending was really weird. I know the ending of The Sopranos. It was like they left it open. They just left it open, like, okay, what's going to happen? Now, we thought that Tony was going to get whacked or somebody was going to whack the whole family. They just went to black. It was just faded to black. And I'm like, how they going to end the show like that? No, no way. We deserve better than that. We deserve an ending. Meadow walked into the restaurant. And they were about to sit down and eat, and he looked up, and they faded to black. They just bow black. I'm like, okay, did somebody get shot? You know, I was expecting to hear, bullets or something. I was expecting to hear something. It just faded to black as they played, um, uh, uh, the song. Yeah. I can't remember the song, but it was a song by, I think, Journey or, yeah. And then they just faded to black. And that was the end of the series. I'm like, that's it? Nobody gets shot? No, because it looked like Salvo was going to die in the hospital because they tried to whack him. Who else got shot? Bobby uh, Bobby Baglieri. Bobby got shot. I was like, oh man, this is it. They're gonna wipe out the whole family. They got Bobby, they got Silvo. They didn't mess with Uncle Junior. Uncle Junior was like, you know, he couldn't do nothing. Uncle Junior thought he was the mob boss. He thought he was the boss of Tony. Tony was running that family. Yep, Tony was the boss. Yeah. But yeah, the ending of The Sopranos was like, we deserve better than that. We watched The Sopranos for what, 6 seasons? I started watching it. James Gandolfini had hair when he started. You know, I was like, man, they can't end it like this. He went from driving a Tahoe to driving a Escalade. I was like, no, they can't. No, they can't end it like this. So that was it. Y'all can't end it like this. Please don't stop me. I've been watching a series called All the Queen's Men on BET. That must be another gangster picture, as Granddaddy used to say. It's a gangster picture. All right, Janine. See you next week. Next Wednesday. Thank you. And I gotta apologize. I wasn't trying to offend anyone about the 60-year-old comment. If there's a 60-year-old woman that's stacked, and for me, then I'll really consider dating a 60-year-old woman. But I don't want to offend anyone that's over 60. That was not my intention. So if I offended anyone about my comments regarding 60-year-old women, I apologize, except to my sister. She's 60 and she's old, so that's different. I couldn't wait. I couldn't wait for her to turn 60. Happy birthday, sis. 60. Anyway. I understand, Janine. I understand. But I'm just saying, I was just saying that, that my last, I think the last person that was when I was with Swiss Chocolate, she was only 45 at the time. 44 or 45. So, but yeah, I didn't mean to offend anyone. And if anyone took it that way, I do apologize. But yeah, and I'll just leave it at that, because I don't want to, further put my foot in my mouth. So I just want to tell you all, that if I offended anyone, that was never my intention. So, and I mean that sincerely. So, Daryl Owen sent me a picture of a young lady, and I'm like, there's no way she's 60 years old. Stop playing. So he probably got it off of some magazine, a porn site or something like that. So, but anyway, yeah, I'm sorry, and I want to put that out there to any and everyone who thought I was downing. Black don't crack. I've seen a lot of beautiful women who are 60 and up. There's this one young lady I was like just so smitten with. I met her at the club that I was working at. I was working at Lil Something Cool, and I saw her do this with her phone, and she's, totally gray. Just her hair was silver and it was beautiful. And she was Shazamming all my music. I'm like, ma'am, miss, I said, I would gladly give you the music off my hard drive. She was that cute, but she put me down. Wrapping up foreplay. Yeah, that's it. Kiss and say goodbye from the Manhattans. It's your Dr. Al Greer. This is Bedtime Stories, the show designed with the lovers in mind, where we put you to bed, but never to sleep, with the greatest love songs of all time. And this one was done by two different groups. I don't know which one came out first, but I think this is the better version of the two. By request, the Escorts and Look Over Your Shoulders, right here on Bedtime Stories with your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. Yeah. Look over your shoulder. Yeah, but yeah, it was not my intention to to offend anyone. I think black women are the most beautiful women because we come in different shades, or they come in different shades. You know, white women come in one shade, and that's beige, beige or white, or opaque, and that's it. You know, black women come in ebony, they come in mahogany, they come in uh, cream, they come in mocha, chocolate. They come in different, um, different shades. And I think black women are the most beautiful women. I have dated out of my race. I've dated white women, but I always come back to the sisters. I always give them another chance. I always come back, but they're all different shades. I've never, and I don't discriminate against, especially I don't discriminate against races. You know, Wesley Snipe, he prefers Asian women because they're docile. Black women, he said they don't do what you tell them to do. So, and that's his preference. That's what he likes. He likes pancake booty, slanty eyed women, and that's his preference, and you know that's it. So, thank you, Elo. Thank you. I appreciate that. Don't I don't want anyone to take offense to that, but you know, it's a preference. It's just like some men will not date a woman unless they have pretty feet, unless they have a big booty, unless they got big gazungas. And I I'm not a big booty fan. It's like I can take it or leave it. If they have it, that's fine. If they're well shaped, front and back, then that's wonderful. But it's not a priority. The priority uh, is that they treat me right, and that's it. You know, it don't matter as long as you treat me right, and that's it. Just because there's snow on the roof don't mean no fire in the furnace. I hear you. Some of them their fires have gone out. their pilot light has been blown out for years. Some of them. But like I said, there's this young lady, and I will say her name because you all don't know her. Her name is Denise Murray, and Denise turned me down flat. But she'll use me to tell her what song was made and whatever. So it's like, you know, I get that. She uses me as her encyclopedia of music. So, but yeah, she's a fine older black woman. You know, she's tall and statuesque, and she stopped perming her hair and started wearing an afro, and it's just silver, and it looks great on her. And she still has this baby face, and she knows she looks good. So, but yep, black don't crack. It doesn't. You know, I'll be the first to say my mom looked good when she passed. Even though she'd been sick for years, she still looked like herself. She didn't look like no old lady when she passed. She still looked the same as she always did. She had lost a little weight due to the cancer, but she still looked the same. And like they say, black don't crack. She was 80, I want to say 82, 83 when she passed. And, except for the fact she was sick, she still looked good. She still went shopping. She still made herself up to go shopping. Who does that? Taken right off the 45, you can tell. Look over your shoulders from the escorts and the OJs right here on Bedtime Stories with your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. We went from talking about ladies of age, where we all agree that black doesn't crack, to talking about R. Kelly, to talking about sports teams, and now we're back to talking about ladies of a certain age who are beautiful. And like I said off the air, I said black women they're beautiful because they're in different shades, different colors. Every color you can imagine, every shade of brown, and it's beautiful. It's beautiful to me. I don't know about anybody else, you know. And I got to say this: white boys, they love black women because they don't look like white women. They love them. And me, when they're mixed, they're some of the most beautiful women in the world. I've seen some mixed girls, black mama, white daddy, black daddy, white mama. It looks, and their skin looks like ice cream. It looks like a shade of ice. It looks like pralines and cream. Whoo! Good Lord. That's right, Elo. Black don't crack, and beige, it don't age. You're absolutely right, sweetheart. So Dr. Al Greer, loving all my black sisters. I love you girls. I really do. Here's the late great Isaac Hayes, and few more kisses to go right here on Bedtime Stories. Tonight's the night. For so long. Yep. I love my black sisters. You know. And don't take this the wrong way, but none of my baby mamas look alike. They're all different shades. They're all different shades. You know. They start from cream all the way to mocha. My daughter Larissa's mother, she looks like she could have been Samoan or something like that. She don't look black. Let's see. Anthony's mother is a little bit darker than Larissa's mother. Alonzo's mother was a lighter shade, almost like the same shade that Lady G is, a little bit lighter. So all my kids, my 16-year-old, her mama is dark. Nikki is like dark. But they were all pretty, and they all had something that I guess I wanted at the time. And we made beautiful babies together. And that's all I got to say. We made beautiful babies. I love my children. I love all of them, and they all resemble me, and that's it. They all resemble me. They all look like me. So it's a blessing to have had, some beautiful women in my life. It's been a blessing to be with such, to be in the company of such beautiful women. It's a wonderful thing. You know, I love my black sisters, my African American sisters, my ebony sisters. I love them and hope they love me too. I really do. And I'm looking forward to the new chapter of my life. You know, I didn't think at this age that I would be without a mate. And I'm looking forward to the next chapter of my life, to move on, to, and that's it. I'm moving on and I'm moving forward, because they say you never look in the rearview mirror, because that's where you've been. And that's it. That's where I've been. And I just want to say thank you to Catherine Flowers for pointing that out to me. She basically said, if it's for you, then, it'll happen if it's for you. But I got to say this, and I got kind of angry the other night because a young lady made a comment about, well, this is payback for all the hearts that you've broken. And I don't believe that. I don't believe this is payback for the hearts that I have broken. Because God doesn't operate like that. He just doesn't. He doesn't operate like that. God does not punish. The devil punishes. God does not. When you're doing your dirt, whatever you're doing wrong, the devil doesn't bother you then. It's only when you're trying to do right is when the devil bothers you. And that's just it. While you may not believe, but I believe last night there was a reason why I was going to be late for work. There's a reason why my tire went flat. There's a reason for that, But once again, God does not punish you. He doesn't punish. He doesn't. God is love. The devil's a punisher. But God is love. And the minute you try to get away from the devil, that's when things start happening. But once you get out of his clutches, then the rest is easy. It's beautiful. It's beautiful once you get there. Once you get out of that mindset that, oh, God is punishing me. No, he's not. That's not his MO. That's not what he does. The devil punishes. The whole time you're doing your dirt, that's when you don't hear from God. He lets you go through what it is that you're going through. He lets you do that. He lets you. Now, I know I'm going to lose a lot of people. Sonia Carter, hello. How are you? Now, I know I'm going to lose a lot of people because I'm up here preaching. But I will say this. Once you are done doing your dirt, that's when God says, okay, did you have fun? Okay, now. And that's just it. I believe that. I believe when my judgment day comes, he's not going to say, well done. He's going to ask me if I had fun. And I believe that. Did you have fun? Oh, I had a ball. So, but the last part of my life was even better. I had fun then. I had more fun then than I had when I was doing wrong, when I was doing dirt, when I thought I was invincible. That I walked down the street like I was Shaft and be the badass that I thought I was. But like I was telling my cousin today, I said, I didn't work for 7 years. I didn't work for 7 years. I did odd jobs. I was about to take a job as a janitor and push a broom and sweep and mop floors. But I had to go through something to get to something. Now I'm gainfully employed. I get paid every week for my job. Every week. Not every other week, but every week from one job. And I get paid every other week from the other job. I didn't have a job to say that. I didn't have any of that stuff. I didn't, but always, I'm good, Sonia. Thank you for asking. Thank you. But I always had the tools to get what it was that I wanted. I always had the tools to do so. I always had the wherewithal to get what I wanted. And that was the greatest thing right there. The voice and the knowledge of radio and putting together equipment and doing this and doing that. I had the skills to pay the bills. I just needed a job to pay the bills with. And that's what happened to me. I had to go through something. And they say 7 is the number of completion. Well, for 7 years, I didn't work. So when it was all over after 7 years, that's when I got hired at WVON. That's when my money went up at WBGX. That's when I started doing commercials and emceeing shows. That's when the pandemic let up and I started doing more gigs. So that was the whole thing. That was it. I wasn't being punished. I was being shown that I was not, infallible, that I wasn't, the badass that I thought I was. God let me see the inside of a jail, but he let me walk out of it. He didn't let me stay, but it's like, this is where you will end up if you don't abide by me, if you don't worship me, then you'll be in jail just like these other guys. So I never did anything after that. I was like, I turned back into the church boy I once was when I was a kid. And that was it. Frederick and Gentle on Bedtime Stories. The show designed with the lovers in mind, where we put you to bed, but never to sleep with the greatest love songs of all time. Hello to Sonia Carter. Thank you so much. Elo, as always, on my Facebook Live. I appreciate you. She says she listens back to my lives because it puts her to sleep at night when she's done her 8-hour shift over at the post office. She says, my voice is nice and soothing. Thank you, Elo. At least my voice is good for something, right? I appreciate you. Here's Major Harris, formerly of the group The Delphonics. He replaced Randy Kane as a member of the Delphonics, and he did this one big hit. Here's Love Won't Let Me Wait on Bedtime Stories. Tony Carter says, hello. Hey, Tony Carter. Tell him I said hello. You know, tell them I said hello. Yep, I am doing well. I am here and I'm single and ready to mingle. Yep. I'm looking for someone who shares my interests. You can't hear the music. Oh, good. Thank you. That's the whole idea. If we play the music live on Facebook, they'll cut me off. So what you have to do is you can watch me on the live and then listen to the music on Alexa. All you have to do is tell Alexa to play WOSD. And that's how you do that. Because if we play the music here, they'll cut me off. I shared a video earlier, or did a video that I posted on Instagram, and it included some music by someone else, and they removed it. So that's why you can't hear the music and you can only hear my voice. So that's good that you can't hear the music. That's the whole idea, because they keep, they will cut me off in a heartbeat for nothing. You don't have permission to use this song on your live. Now, I remember back in the day when I was on Ustream, Ustream didn't seem to matter. I could do a whole 3-hour show and Ustream would never stop me. They would never cut me off. And then Ustream got absorbed by StreamYard. And I guess so many people were doing these live broadcasts where they were playing music and nobody was getting paid. Somebody's like, hey, we're not getting paid for this guy playing our music. And that's why a lot of DJs went to Twitch, because they can do Twitch, but they can't save it. They can do Twitch live and play the music all they want to. But at the end of the day, they can't save it to be played at a later date. So when they go do Twitch live, like Mike Love and Maurice Ice Culpepper, they do Twitch. And then they send the Twitch to Facebook, but Facebook will cut it off. But they try to get people to go over to Twitch because Twitch, like I said, as long as you don't save the video, then that's it. So had the same problem. That's why I stopped doing my live. Yeah. So that's why you don't hear the music. You just hear me talking, even though Major Harris is playing in the background, but it's playing in the other room. I have it where I can monitor it and I can hear it from the other room. That way I know I'm still on. So, yeah. I know what you meant, Patisa. I know what you meant. But yeah, they don't want you to, use other people's music. I'm like, okay. So I try to get people to watch my live and to listen to me on the station. If you have Alexa or another computer in the house or whatever, watch me on your phone, play the music on the computer. It's not going to match up, of course, but I can't do both.
And you're listening to Al Greer with Bedtime Stories on WOSD Radio.
So that's it. So that's how we got to do it, Patisa. But Because I remember when we first started doing Facebook Live, everybody was, playing music. Hey, we kicking it in the backyard, and then the music's playing and everything else. And then I guess some of the record companies started complaining about us using the music. So what we were doing is we're running a disclaimer saying that we didn't own the rights to this music. They didn't care about that. You were playing their music. And that's it. Yep, but as long as you are, on Facebook, but I'm using StreamYard because StreamYard gives you graphics. I think Facebook does too, but if I run it through StreamYard, I can also run it to YouTube. So YouTube saves it. So it's like archived. But they do the same thing. They cut the music off, or cut the music out. Like when the music starts, they'll mute the video. Hello. Okay. Okay, I'm just making sure you okay. Okay. I'm just making sure you're okay. Okay. All right. All right. Yeah. So yeah, and Twitch is cool. Twitch is all right. But some people are used to being on Facebook, and I get it. So it's hard for them to switch, from Facebook to Twitch to, whatever. So what I'll do is, when I finally do decide to go to Twitch, I'll let everybody know. And then you all can follow me over to Twitch, and then I'll be able to play the music out loud, and you'll be able to hear the music. So until then, but I don't think I'll be able to talk and you hear the music. Well, yeah, I can. Okay, I forgot they use their cameras to play the music and all that stuff, and take the audio from the camera. So free life, and wish you were here right here on Bedtime Stories with your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer, saying hello to Sonia Carter and Tony Carter. Thank you so much for checking in on Facebook. I appreciate you. Patricia Curb, she said, I can't hear the music when you're on Facebook. Well, there's a reason for that. And the reason being is every time we play music on Facebook, we get cut off. All of the DJs have switched over to Twitch, where they're able to play the music, but they're not able to save their videos. And that's cool. If you don't, I don't want to really save the video, but I can archive it, which, is basically the same thing. But what I use now is StreamYard. So I'm able to stream on different platforms. I'm able to stream on StreamYard to my Facebook page and also to my page on YouTube. So YouTube saves it, and so does StreamYard. But I don't think it saves on Facebook. But anytime we play music, they will flag us on it. They will flag us in a minute. They'll cut us off, whatever. So we pretty much have to leave the music out of it. So Patisa, I know you were DJing for a while on Facebook, and all of us were, especially last year, because we weren't able to go anywhere and DJ. So we were DJing out of our basements and everywhere else so that we would keep our name out there. So this year it's kind of let up, so we're able to do more parties. I've been booked all summer and I ain't complaining. I love it. I really do. I really do. And I hope it keeps up next year as well. Here's the Queen of Soul, Aretha Franklin, along with her sister Carolyn singing that high soprano in the background. This is Ain't No Way for Me to Love You If You Won't Let Me. It's Bedtime Stories with your peanut butter brother. Yep. Yep. Be right back. Got to go to the little boy's room. He's back. All right, Ken, good night. Thank you so much for staying up. As always, I appreciate you. Sing Aretha. That's right. God willing and the creek don't rise. Ain't no way. Sure enough. Ain't no way. so I can love you. A little bit more. Longer, baby. The emotions, so I can love you just a little bit more. Before that, Aretha Franklin and Ain't No Way. That's going to do it for me, Al Greer, your peanut butter brother. Thank you so much for staying up with me. Sheila Forrest, Lady G, Catherine Flowers, Captain Daryl Owens, Ken Watlington, Patisa Curb, my sister from another mister, Angie Martin Turner, Felicia Lucas Miles, my other sister from another mister. Everybody who chimed in on Facebook tonight, I really appreciate you guys. If you would like to reach out to me, you can do on Facebook at Al Greer. That's Al, Greer, on Facebook. You can also reach me on Instagram, Peanut Butter Brother 1. That's peanut, the word peanut, brother, Butta, brother. Peanut, I did it wrong. Peanut butter, Buttabrotha. Peanut Butter Brother 1. And that's on Instagram. All right. And of course, anytime you want to call me, this is my number. This is for real. 773-675-2400. So whenever you want to call and ask for a request before or during the show, it's 773-675-2400. Like I said, Instagram, Facebook, and of course we do StreamYard, soon to do Twitch. All right. Once again, thank you so much for staying up with me. Kendrick Maybon also, and my partner in crime, Donna Lynn Biggs, who right now is in California, along with Uncle Marshall, who is going to get a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame hours from now. That's right, hours from now. Congratulations, Uncle Marshall. Well deserved. Well deserved. Till next time, blue skies, green lights, and peace. Good night, Nurse Susan. I got to work in the morning too, but not as early as you. I don't have to be there till 11. So I'm good to go. Yep. Yep. I don't have to be there till 11. And that's Thursday and Friday. I'm there from 11 to 6 at VON. So yeah, I kind of got banker's hours, I guess you could say. Yeah. Yep. But that's what's up. Anybody who still has to get up early in the morning, you know, I applaud you. I applaud you for having to get up early. Yep. But peace, everybody. And once again, thank you for being on my live and for putting up with me. And as you can see, I didn't cry tonight. I cried my last cry, and I'm good.